what's up, everybody? This is the second interview with Real Talk with Naomi, and I am super excited to have the CEO of Dream Big Productions right here with me, which is also my little sister. I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and here she is, everybody.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I am Dream, CEO of Dream Big TV Productions, as my sister said. From right here, actually from home in Louisiana, but we right here in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Started off in Houston, but we made sure we had to bring it back home.
Yes, Lake Charles, big things popping, baby. So I am super excited that you have decided to do an interview with me. Oh my God. This is huge, y'all. So, what made you get into this business? How did it start off?
Um, okay, so it kind of was like a big transformation for me because me being in the food industry for most of my life, and now actually being into the media industry, it was like totally completely different. But I ran into this chef from South America, Peru. Shout out to Byron Davenport, a famous chef, and he also was in the media industry as well too. Which he goes around and he record different restaurants and small businesses and stuff like that, festivals. And one day he came in and he was actually looking to record the restaurant that I was working at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And so when he came in, the only thing he wanted to do was actually speak to a manager. And me escaping another conversation that was going on, I was the one that actually went and approached him. So before you knew it, we were sitting there at least talking for about at least 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I was actually getting ready to get off of work, so I wasn't slacking. I was just winding down. Okay. So but yeah, he started telling me, exactly what it is that he was doing, and I heard the passion in his voice behind him actually being, out there in the field and connecting with and networking with different people as well too. And so it took me a while to, of course, just sit up here to, to decide, do I really want to join his team? Because he offered me to join his team. So of course, being back and forth, you making all the money, being on the clock, but at the same time, it's just like, I'm more of a spontaneous, adventurous type of person. Mm-hmm. So one day I just went and met him at one of the recordings that he had, and it just kind of went from there. And 3 years later, now I have my own media company as well too. So that's just kind of like a little backstory of how pretty much everything really got started.
3 years. Wow. And it seemed like it's been forever.
Yeah. 3 years. I mean, it's just the ups and downs, trying to figure out, okay, like, how can I get this? How can I get that? But working with him, he actually taught me a lot. Now I know how to actually approach people when I want to do interviews. Mm-hmm. When I want to go out and record at different events, so it's just like the process of learning and the right wordings as well too, and knowing how to talk to people.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yes, you got to be anointed to talk to people, but it's called the gift of gab. Something I don't have, but hey, it is what it is. Because I mean, it's like knowing that how we grew up, mm-hmm. Going from city to city, state to state, who would have thought that we would be who we are now? Mm-hmm. We siblings of 6, mm-hmm. and you're the second to the youngest. Mm-hmm. And I mean, all of our life, we grew up in church.
Right.
All of our life. 21-day revivals, and all of that good stuff. But
real,
who would have thought that we would grow up to be such awesome people? Mm-hmm. What was your thought process in all of this? Like coming up, growing up, grew up in church. Like you said, you was, and I remember the years with fast food and, mm-hmm. What was in all of that? What was your thinking process?
Of course, growing up in church, it's pretty. We didn't have any option. We had to be there. If it's all week, like she said, 21 days, we're there. So it's just like, okay, taking into that, knowing for sure that you always have to have your relationship with God, mm-hmm. In order for you to succeed in anything that you want to pursue or anything that you want to actually do, and what you're doing as well too. Never stop your relationship with God. But also in the process of, you growing up and life be life, and mm-hmm. the world, it teaches you things on how to last or how to make it outside of the church into the real world.
Yeah.
Of course you see things in church and this and that, but you know, when you're out there in the real world as well too, that it teaches you. I'm not gonna say it's two different teachings, but it is different levels of you becoming the person that you are.
Right.
In other words. So going from the church to you know, the fast food industries, I've been in management since I was 18. And so it just like kind of been that, you know, always kind of been my role. No matter if I started from the bottom, it always been my role, so I would work myself up to management. And from there it's just like, okay, well, since I can manage so many people, how hard is it for you to actually manage one person? So starting off with Byron, that's where, you know, being his manager as well too, getting him bookings and magazines, on the radios, that type of thing like that too. So I'm like, okay, if I can invest this time into somebody else, why can I not invest that time into me?
Right.
So that's what I started doing. Started putting the time and effort into what it is that I want to do. I found that media is what it is where I'm supposed to be. And it's kind of been like, it haven't been an easy ride, like I said, but it's been okay. It's been okay. Like I said, the transformation, whoever thought that I would actually be doing this, you
Right.
know, but I am an introvert, but I love people. You know, like I like, okay, cool. You see me, come speak. I'll speak back. You know, I'm not one of them type of people that just, you know, just stuck up like, no, I'm a people's person, but I also like to be to myself. So it kind of gives me that balance as well too, because sometimes when you're out here at these events, you're giving them your energy. And sometimes it can drain you. Like when I say drain you, and you wonder why you're just so tired the next day, because you're meeting so many different people and you never know who's taking what from you. You know, so it's all about settling. I'm not gonna say settling, but connecting and rebuilding and making time for yourself in order for you to regain what it is that was taken. So yeah, I would have to say that the transformation it's been dope. It's been dope. I love what I do. If you have a passion for it,
that's the key, passion. Yeah.
You know, if you have a passion for it, everything else just kind of like falls in line, because it's just like, okay, cool. You go out to different places, you meet so many different people. I've met so many different people, and ever since, and from that point on, it's just like when you go to places, the only thing you hear is, oh, dream, 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 this and that. So it feels good to have the name of your business in the people's mouths, other than just your actual name, because that lets you know right there that, okay, that, you know, you're building something and you want them to remember exactly what it is and who it is, that type of thing like that too. So it's pretty dope.
Okay, so how did you come up with the name Dream?
Dream. Oh man, we're talking with Naomi. Okay, so so Dream was actually given to me some years back when I was working at McDonald's in Houma, and the lady that gave me the name, she was an older lady, of course, but you know, back then I was doing my own little thing, my thug dizzle, and I had multiple girls, so that's why she called me Dream. And it came to the point when she gave me that name, she actually told me to stay away from her daughter, because because you know, we was at that point, you know, to where like we was talking and stuff, and we'll clown all the time, but you know, I could tell that she was feeling me a little bit more than, you know, what she was supposed to have been feeling. So yeah, that's how I got the name Dream. And so I decided to, instead of making it into a Playboy, I decided to turn it into a business. And ever since then, like I said, dream this, dream big. At first, it's formerly known as Dream House TV. That's what people always, Dream House, and I'm like, you could just call me Dream. No, I want to call you Dream House. It just, okay, cool. You want to call me Dream House? Call me Dream House. But that's how pretty much I got the name Dream from way back in the gap.
Like she said, it is real talk with Naomi. You know, you never know what kind of questions, because to be honest with you, I didn't have any questions to ask. I didn't. It's just coming off the top of my head. You know, so I've been at work since 6 something this morning, you know, coming home, and I'm like, okay, we got to get this done. We got to get it done. And so yeah, I don't have any questions. I didn't write no questions. So did you ever dream of doing this? Like, if you were to have been anything else besides CEO of your own Dream Big TV Productions, what would it have been?
I probably would have been still working doing the restaurant business as well. Um, Other than that, I really couldn't see anything else. I could say this: I really didn't see a vision for myself outside of the food industry.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, takes turns and twists and stuff like that too, and people come into your life for a reason. And I never seen this man before a day in my life. And once we started talking, and then he started showing me his videos and stuff like that, and the places that he's been, and the people that he's met, that type of thing, I was just like, okay, that's pretty dope. And like I said, I love to travel. I'm spontaneous. I'm adventurous. I'm also optimistic. So with me being with me being all of those things, it kind of goes well with the field that I'm in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like I said, if anything, food industry probably would have still been on the clock. Staying there from sun up to sundown, pretty much. So it's just like, but I loved what I did too at that point. So that's why it was hard for me to see, like, okay, do I still want to continue to work for these people and get them the money and all the rest of that stuff like that too, or am I willing to break what I'm used to in order to go for something new?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the battle came in there, because I'm like, okay, cool. Once I started doing it, I'm like, dang, I really love filming. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I love, the people that I'm meeting. I'm loving the networking, and anybody will tell you, man, the strangers will be the ones that will really get you to where you need to be. Why? Because, and not to bash in the family or anything like that, but because they know you from little to you being, to now that you're actually grown. They expect for you to be the same person that you were, that they've known you to be all those years.
Mm-hmm.
But business, I'm very business minded now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm what, 34,
Dang,
and
you old. No.
I'm 34. You guys, I'm 34, and my frame of mind now is business oriented. It's just like, I have a dream, I have a vision now, and I can't stop until I get to where God want me to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it like that. I could say to where I want to be, but at the same time, I don't know what He has planned for me.
Right.
But at the same time, as long as you work and continue like to just push forward, like, man, your gifts and your passion will make room for you.
Yeah.
So.
And that's Bible. The Bible does says that your gift will make room for you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to address something real quick. It's this because I feel some. When we put it out there,
Mm-hmm.
the comments or whatever the case may be. So this is a Real Talk with Naomi show, and with this show, we will talk about God. We will talk about life. We're gonna talk about different things. So I'm just putting it out there because I'm flowing in the prophetic at the moment because I could see how the comments are going to be. So this talk show here is where people are going to be healed, delivered, set free, and also help you get to the place where you want to be. If you have a spirit of entrepreneurship on you, she's an entrepreneur, and her dream is now becoming a reality of what it is that she never saw herself doing it, but God intentionally had it planned for her to be able to reach others, and to be able to bring others out there. She stepped out of her comfort zone in spite of how she may live her life, in spite of the things that how you may even be living your life. In spite of that, God still has a plan for your life. He still has the thoughts that He has towards you are good and not of evil. It doesn't matter what kind of life you may be living. It doesn't matter what you may be doing. God still has a plan for your life. And I felt the need to put a pin there, not to take away from what she was saying, but to put a pin there to let you know that your life can be going one way, but when God wants to do something in your life, He will change it all around so that He can get the glory.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, she's my sister. We grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
We've gone through some things, but the life that God has for me and the life that God has for her, we have two different journeys. But at the end of the day, it's all glory goes to God. So yes, we've been brought up in church. She knows scripture. She knows Bible. She knows how God operates. She knows the power of God. She has experienced the power of God. And this is just her journey to where God is taking her and what God is bringing her in spite of, because God has a plan for her life. So I just want to put a pin there. And now we're going to go back to the conversation.
That's a bet.
Now that you see that your dream, I don't believe that dream, that the nickname dream was given to you by accident. I really do believe it's just, a lot of people are going to come to where they can at least catch the vision off of a dream, or something that they may dream about. And I believe that God has placed you in that area, in that arena, to help them birth out what they have been seeing in a dream, to help it become reality. So that's how I look at it, because now, something that's off, even though you say you didn't see yourself doing this, sometimes we never do see ourselves doing this, because, we was very sheltered coming up. We couldn't go nowhere. We was very, our parents was very, very protective over us. So it's a lot of things that we may not have seen ourselves doing. But when God has a plan for our life, either we can go with it or not go with it.
Right.
So I mean, it's really a choice. But and what you're doing, you're helping people come out of their. I know with me, this is not something that I do, but I could see myself doing it more. Cause I mean, if I be on Facebook Live, it's basically the same thing.
Right.
But this right here is just, we're gonna talk about real life stuff. So, for people that is wanting to get out there on their own, what would be your encouraging words, or what would you tell them?
And this is from experience. Just do it. Just do it. Expect sleepless nights. Expect for your mind to have thoughts here, thoughts there, thoughts here, thoughts there. But no matter what, just continue to do it. And it's the fact that when I first started off, it comes to the point to where now it's like, okay, people would think that Dream Big TV Production is like a whole big company. No, it's not. It's just me. And when I say it's just me, I'm not saying that to just, to be like, oh, it's about me, it's about me. No, it's just the fact that I've been in media for over 3 years, but I've been having my own media company for like a year, and it'll be 2 years in September. So with the process of me building my company, I'm also learning what it is that I need. In order for you to be, I'm not gonna say a boss, but in order for you to be a leader, you have to know exactly what it is, what it takes to build a team. So when it comes down to editing, when it comes down to scheduling the interviews, when it comes down to the recordings, it is all me. So like I said, and that's just preparing me for whenever I do decide to build my empire. Okay, I know I need an editor. I know I would need, directors and stuff like that too as well. So like I said, it's just all in the process of you. It's like it's like a baby that you're birthing. You know for sure that it has to have food. It has to have diapers, all this stuff like that too, in order for them to actually grow. There's certain things that they need, proteins, all this stuff. So just think of your business as that. Like, okay, I know this is what my business needs. My business need, for sure for me to start it. Can't nobody else start it for you but you. And as it grows, you're gonna learn different stuff. You're gonna learn, like as for editing. Editing was like one of the hardest things for me. Look, man, look, my old videos, and then now when I look at them now, I'm like, okay, it's the growth. Like I can see the growth, and I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself, and I don't tell myself that often, but like I said, as you go back and look at where you started off from and to where you are now, it's just like, okay, like I'm really doing this. I'm really doing this, and sometimes you have to take those moments to be like, you haven't gave up. You know what I'm saying? So man,
That part.
just continue to go, no matter what. Like, be your biggest criticism. If you go and look at what is something that you're doing, you like, and you may seem as a little off, save that one, but then do something else, and like just kind of balance it out as as you kind of go back and look over it, because it'd be sometimes like that's for flyers. When I do flyers, it takes me the first one might be whack, but now that I'm like, it's like a warm up. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the second one. Okay, cool. This one is looking a little better than what the first one was. But by the time you get that third one, it's gonna be exactly how you need it to be. So like I said, it's like an old Buick or something, man. You gotta sit up there and you gotta let that car warm up before you actually get ready to drive it. So that's pretty much what it is. That's just different examples of, what I'm saying? People think different, so you have to give them different ways to think about it. So
yeah, so it's like, I know you were saying, with the sleepless nights and probably days you didn't eat.
yeah.
Probably days it was like, what? I don't know, man. I don't know. But the thing is, like you said, you didn't give up. You kept going, and the key word is growth. When you can actually see yourself growing, that is huge. Because other people, they will see you growing, but they don't want to recognize that you're growing. But when you can see the growth within yourself, that is huge. Because you may not see it. It just might have to take somebody else to come and say, well, you know what, I see you growing, and things like that. But when you can actually see it for yourself, it's like it motivates you to keep going. It motivates you to keep growing. And the more you grow, of course, you have to expand your knowledge, you have to expand your understanding, you have to expand so get in today's
like
world.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I couldn't think of the word, but like today's world, like to reach the people. Because what I may reach only a certain group, and what you may have can reach this group. But like you said, when you build that team, then y'all could reach together. So and also I have learned, and I'm still learning, that you have to be your biggest supporter. Even when, like you say, even when sometimes family is not there, to support you or root you on. I had to learn, and sometimes I have to look in the mirror. Girl, you got this. I'm your biggest supporter. I'm gonna push you if nobody else want to push you. So I mean, sometimes I be in the mirror and I be like, girl, you got this. You got to keep going. You can't give up. They have other people that are dependent on you to make it there, so you can help them make it to where they need to go.
Right.
And I mean, I believe that this is huge. Of what you're doing. I mean, it's pretty much like all over the world, pretty much. Not just in Houston, but now it's in Lake Charles and on YouTube and all the social media stuff.
yeah, everywhere, everywhere. And it's amazing to me because when you go into your YouTube studio, they actually show you like the countries and the states and stuff like that. I see Russia, I see Ukraine, I see it's just crazy because it's just like, okay, so like it's really like all over the place. And then not only that, but also and this is something that I'm proud of myself as well too. I've been featured in 2 different magazines so far, and these are big magazines. I actually have a third one that just recently reached out to me, and I'm actually in the process of getting that together as well too. But this is another magazine company, out of nowhere. Where did they come from? I don't know. I don't know. But hey, you know, it's just like, okay, cool. Now they're starting to see you, you know, and that's one of the things that I love. It's not they're starting to see me, but they're starting to see what the company is about. You know, and that's all that I want. That is all that I want. Dream Big TV Production. That's when they see that, they're gonna be like, oh, okay. So, you know, and that's something they're gonna remember. Man, never dream. No dream is too small. You know, and I tell that to anyone. No dream is too small. That's what you want to do it. Put your time into it. Put your mind to it. Concentrate. Meditate. I'm also big on that too. I meditate a whole lot. Meditation it helps me to recenter myself. Because it's like, okay, cool. You know, you can have all these different thoughts here. But okay, wait a minute. Sometimes you have to calm the mind and just be like, okay, where do I start? And sometimes that don't even come to you, but you just have to start. Like, just start. Just start. And if you feel like, okay, cool, this is okay, well, maybe let me start here. And believe it or not, one of them gonna be like, okay, well, cool, well, yeah, this is where I need to start at. And then once you go from there, everything else just like kind of, you know, kind of go into it. Because when I'm editing videos, I'm like, so where do I start? Like, you know, like where do I start first? You know, and I could be there for hours. Man, anybody that's into editing, you guys, man, look, you already know a 30-minute video could take you at least about 3 or 4 hours. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on exactly what it is that you're doing with it when it comes down to editing. So, man, like I said, if that's something you want to do, get into it. Get into it, no matter what it is. No matter if you're a singing artist, no matter if you're an author, no matter if you're into poetry, anything. Yo, get into it. You never know how far you can actually go with it. I'll say that.
Yeah, and that helping me because I got a lot of stuff going on. Author, singer, the editing part, I don't know. This I already got enough stuff. Too many iron, how they say, too many irons in the fire or whatever. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of anything else. But I mean, you pretty much answered all of my questions without even me asking the questions. So yeah. So once again, thank you so much for being my interviewer. I think that's the word. I'm the interviewee, and you the interviewer. You know, I be having a hard time when you be putting filling out the applications, and you be like, okay, I'm the employee. No, I'm the employer. They're the employee. So yeah, I be having a blind what is it, blind girl moment? Yeah, blind moment. Yeah.
This is really her, y'all. This is really her. This is really her. This is really her.
Yeah, this is me. This is nothing fake. This is really me. I'm telling you, this is really me, y'all. So I'm doing better on my wardrobe, y'all. Y'all see my makeup and stuff. I did it myself. Yeah. But yeah. So thank you so much of being my second interviewer with this interviewee.
Okay. Real talk with Naomi.
Yeah, we laugh. We end up to look. Just go prepare. We laugh. Ain't nobody cried yet, so that's a good thing.
But yeah, thank you for having me, yo, man. Look, y'all excuse my wardrobe, okay? So let me tell y'all, man. Look, just watch it towards the end. You'll find out. You'll find out exactly what happened. But excuse the wardrobe. But yeah, man, thank you for having me. It was pretty dope. Pretty dope. It feels good to be on the other side, you know, because if y'all check out some of the videos, y'all see that I'm the one that's actually interviewing other people. So I had one of her moments. But
that's not good.
Let me see, it's rubbing off, bro. Rubbing off. Keep that over there. But yeah, but it felt pretty dope to be in the hot seat, you know. It's pretty dope. And man, I can't wait to see exactly, you know, where you go with this, you know, like to see just to see the elevation. It's gonna be pretty dope, pretty dope. And I hope you're ready.
Yeah.
I hope you're ready. Just like I'm meeting people all over the world, you're gonna be having the same experience as well too. So just be ready for it.
Yeah.
Just be ready for it, man. Look, real talk with Naomi, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit her up. There we go. I'm in the hot seat. Go ahead, finish.
So, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Once again, we're going to close out with prayer. And then I think I'm going to start opening up with prayer too.
Let me know.
Yeah, that's what we're going to start doing. We're going to start opening up with prayer, and then we're going to close out with prayer. So, Father, we thank you for this second interview that you have allowed us to do. God, I thank you, oh God, Lord, that you, oh God, bringing things together. Father, I ask, oh God, Lord, that you will continue, oh God, Lord, to um, allow your peace and your presence, oh God, Lord, to be evidence, oh God, Lord, on this talk show. God, Lord, that the relationship with each person, Father, that will come, Lord, that they will be comfortable to open up and to help others. Father, I pray, oh God, Lord, that you will breathe on um, Dream Big Productions, Dream Big House TV Productions, oh God. And Father, also breathe on Real Talk with Naomi. God, Lord, that as you would use us to go out to reach the people, Father, I pray, oh God, Lord, that you would just get the glory out of it all. So, God, I thank you once again that you have allowed this talk show to be. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right. Later.
Peace.
That was cool.
Right?
That was real good.